Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. In this video, I am going to give you degree lecturers botany previous paper. So the test was conducted during the month of July 2025. Okay, so let's see the questions one by one. So the first question is assertion and reasoning type. In a hydroxere, the sedge meadow stage is characterized by the mat-like vegetation towards the center of the pond with the help of their much branched rhizomatous system. So the reasoning is reed swamp stage as a result of nitrate and sulfate formation during the sedge meadow stage. So, is the reasoning a correct explanation for the assertion? So, the options given, the assertion is incorrect but the reasoning is correct. No, the reasoning does not adequately support the assertion. Yes, reasoning provides a valid explanation for the assertion. The assertion is incorrect and the reasoning is also incorrect. So for this the correct answer is the fourth one, that is the assertion is incorrect and the reasoning is also incorrect. That is the correct answer. Let's see the next question. Which of the following structural features is not correct about ephedra? The options are stem is distinctly jointed and bears long internodes. Branches are green and photosynthetic. The vegetative plant body is represented by the roots, stem and leaves. So three foliage leaves are present in the ephedra. So among these you have to pick the correct one. The correct answer is true foliage leaves are present. So true foliage leaves are present in ephedra is the correct answer. Let's see the next question. Which of the following is not an indirect method of measuring microbial growth? So options are turbidity, filtration, dry weight, metabolic activity. For this the correct answer is second one, that is filtration is the correct answer. So let's see the next question. So this is matching type question. You have to match the list 1 with list 2. So list 1 consisting linker, nucleosome core, Roser, Korenberg. List 2 consisting octamer and DNA, nucleosome, histone H1 and DNA. So for this the correct answer is second one is the correct answer. That means linker molecule is related to histone H1 and DNA. So next one nucleosome core consisting nucleosome. Next one Roger Korenberg is related to octamer and DNA. Okay, so the answer is second one is the correct answer. So let's see the next question. Which of the following conclusions are true based on the statement? So the statement is the Arabidopsis and human mitochondrial genomes code for almost the same number of genes, although Arabidopsis mitochondrial genome is 20 times bigger than the humans. Conclusion 1. Human genes are smaller in size. Conclusion 2. Arabidopsis genome contains a large number of introns. So for this the options are only conclusion 1 is true, only conclusion 2 is true, both conclusion 1 and 2 are true, neither conclusion 1 nor conclusion 2 is true. For this the correct answer is only conclusion 2 is the true. Let's see the next question. Which of the following statements is incorrect about abscisic acid's role in establishing bud endodormancy? Options are ABA mediates callose deposition, ABA mediates plasmodesmata closure, ABA blocks the transport of growth promoting substances, ABA affects growth cessation. Okay, so for this the correct answer is third one, that is ABA blocks the transport of growth promoting substances. That is the correct answer. Let's see the next question. Who evolved a system based on a series of statements of guiding principles called dicta? Options are Bessey, Swingle, Takhtajan, Hutchinson. For this, the correct answer is Bessie is the correct answer. Let's see the next question. Which of the following microbial bioactives is used as an immunosuppressive agent? Options are lipase, cyclosporin A, statin, streptokinase. For this, the correct answer is cyclosporin A is the correct answer. Let's see the next question. Which of the following conclusions is true based on the statement? The statement is the term C-value refers to the amount of DNA contained within a haploid nucleus. The prokaryotic organisms in general have less DNA per genome than eukaryotes. Conclusion 1. It is observed that genome size does not correlate with the organism complexity. Conclusion 2. Most of the eukaryotic DNA is coding. So options are neither conclusion 1 nor conclusion 2 is true. Option 2 is only conclusion 1 is true. Only conclusion 2 is true. Both conclusion 1 and conclusion 2 are true. For this, the correct answer is second option is the correct answer. Only conclusion 1 is true. So let's see the next question. It is matching type question. You have to match the list 1 with list 2. First list consisting alternative to error-prone PCR, DNA, shuffling, Dart-Ung system, in vitro recombination of homologous genes, random insertion, deletion, mutagenesis, oligonucleotides, directed mutagenesis with MI3 DNA. For this, options are given. So among these, the correct answer is alternative to error-prone PCR is related to random insertion or deletion mutagenesis. So DNA shuffling is related to in vitro recombination homologous genes. So Dart-Ung system is related to the oligonucleotides directed mutagenesis with ML3 DNA. So the correct answer is third one. So let's see the next question. What are the primary factors influencing the rate of decomposition in ecosystems? Options are temperature, nutrient and moisture content, precipitation and wind speed, soil pH and temperature, altitude and sunlight intensity. Among these, the correct answer is soil pH and temperature is the correct answer. Let's see the next question. Which of the following steps do not take place during prokaryotic transcription? Options are coupled transcription and translation, removal of introns and RNA transport, capping at the 5' end, row dependent and row independent termination. For this, the correct answer is capping at the 5' end is the correct answer. Let's see the next question. Which of the following is the most severe type of DNA damage in eukaryotes? Options are double-strand DNA breaks, interstrand crosslinks, intrastrand crosslinks, single-strand DNA breaks. For this, the correct answer is double-strand DNA breaks is the severe type of DNA damage in eukaryotes. Let's see the next question. Rami fiber is obtained from. Options are Linum usitatissimum, Agave cisalina, Boerhaavia nivea, Hibiscus cannabinus. For this, the correct answer is Boerhaavia nivea is the correct answer. Let's see the next question. What is the preferred method for encapsulating single hydrated somatic embryos to make artificial seed? Options are coating with polyethylene glycol, encapsulation in agarose gel, coating with calcium alginate, immersion in sodium chloride solution. For this, the correct answer is coating with calcium alginate is the correct answer. Let's see the next question. Which of the following is the term for conversion of a previously lower class neighborhood into a middle and upper class one? Options are brownfield redevelopment, gentrification, gated community, ghettoization. For this, the correct answer is gentrification is the correct answer. Let's see the next question. Which of the following is correct about the tunica carpus theory? Options are: it is applicable only to the apical meristem of shoot. The tunica carpus concept is applicable to gymnosperm shoot apex only. It recognized three regions. The two zones, tunica and carpus, cannot be distinguished in angiosperms. For this, the correct answer is first one, that is, it is applicable only to the apical meristem of the shoot is the correct answer. Let's see the next question. Which is India's oldest and one of the largest herbaria? Options are: Forest Research Institute, Central National Herbarium, Botanical Survey of India, Eastern Circle, National Botanical Research Institute. For this, the correct answer is Central National Herbarium is the largest and oldest herbaria of India. Let's see the next question. What is the main advantage of using totipotent cells in tissue culture? Options are: totipotent cells do not require specific culture conditions for growth. Totipotent cells have a higher growth rate compared to the differentiated cells. Totipotent cells can be differentiated into any cell type required for the tissue culture. Totipotent cells are resistant to contamination in culture. For this, the correct answer is third one. Totipotent cells can differentiate it into any cell type required for the tissue culture is the correct answer. So let's see the next question. Which of the following pathways is not among the four pathways identified by molecular genetic studies that regulate flowering in the Arabidopsis? Options are: vernalization, photoperiod, auxin pathway, autonomous. For this, the correct answer is auxin pathway is the correct answer. So let's see the next question. This is also matching type question. Here two lists are given. You have to match the list 1 with list 2. List 1 consisting gene bank, genetic resource bank, seed bank, research and breeding programs. So gene bank is related to preserves DNA, seeds, tissue samples. Genetic resources bank is related to facility for preserving genetic material. Seed bank is related to ensures availability of genetic resources. Research and breeding programs is related to uses genetic material for agriculture and medicine, etc. So for this, the correct answer is first one is the correct answer. Let's see the next question. Which of the following conclusions are true based on the statement? Statement is: mustard and argemone have parietal placentation. Conclusion 1: the ovules develop on the inner wall of the ovary. Conclusion 2: the ovary becomes two-chambered due to the formation of false septum. For this, the options are given. First option is both conclusion 1 and 2 are true. Only conclusion 2 is true. Neither conclusion 1 nor 2 is true. Only conclusion 1 is true. For this, the correct answer is first one is the correct answer. Both conclusion 1 and 2 are true. Let's see the next question. Which of the following statements about the sugar maple Acer saccharum Marshall is correct? Options are: it is widely grown as an ornamental and shade tree in eastern North America. Its common name is birch apple. It belongs to the Rosaceae family. It is native to Western Europe. So for this, the correct answer is: it is widely grown as an ornamental and shade tree in eastern North America is the correct answer. Let's see the next question. Which category of species is characterized by having very low population numbers and being in considerable danger of extinction? Options are: extinct species, endangered species, vulnerable species, rare species. For this, the correct answer is endangered species is the correct answer. Let's see the next question. Chromosome pairing occurs during which phase of meiotic prophase 1? Options are: zygotine, pachytene, diakinesis, diplotin. For this, the correct answer is zygotine is the correct answer. Okay students, I'll give you the remaining questions in the next video. Thank you so much for watching.